let's get started with the program tonight. I want to introduce you right now to our leader and our director of bands at Franklin High School, and I want you to know how unbelievably blessed we are to have him and his staff and his team and his inspiration and motivation and drive to get these kids to do what you're going to see tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Aydelott.
I always say that I'm honored to be the band director at Franklin High School, and I am honored to be the band director here at Franklin. This is a great school. I'm not from Franklin. I'm from Hickman County, just down the road. Some of you may pass by there occasionally. Yeah, some applause. Awesome. And when I was in high school, I wanted to be in a band like Franklin's. That's back in the 1980s when the band won its first 2 state championships. And so I look forward to, as a band director, having an opportunity to be somewhere like here. So I'm very happy to be here and honored to be here. But I don't deserve credit for this, and this is not about me or the other adults that are going to talk tonight. This is about the students that are on the field and the parents that work so hard to ensure that we have the success that we've had. So let's just keep it, let's make sure we understand why we're here tonight. We're here for those reasons and not for us. We are going to talk a little bit, and if we talk too much, then you can stand up and stretch, and that'll be a clear message to us to move on to the next topic. So I won't be offended, because I can talk about band for hours. But we're going to move on with this. So introductions real quick. This is Michael Holland. Michael's one of the band directors at Grassland Middle School. He's also in charge of all the percussion stuff here at Franklin and a whole bunch of other stuff, visual design and crazy stuff. Michael does everything for us. We're really happy to have Michael here. This is Monica Jolt. Monica's new this year. Monica is the assistant band director here at Franklin. She's here in the last half of the day. She's doing a great job. She's from Michigan, but we'll forgive that. This is Tommy Allen. Tommy lives in Pittsburgh, and for those of you that are familiar with Drum Corps International, Tommy was the drum major of the Cavaliers Drum Corps from Rosemont, Illinois. He is one of the leading visual designers in the country now, and we're happy to have Tommy on our staff here at Franklin. Down here, we can clap for Tommy. This is Levi Brandenburg. Levi is one of our guard directors. He's new this year. He's doing a great job. Next to him is Michael Horvath, also our guard director. And next to them is Laura Ann Grayson, a graduate of Franklin High School. And we're really happy to have all these guys here. This is where the credit goes in terms of design and instruction. These guys do a great job. I started here in 2007. And when I got to Franklin, we all know the Franklin Band's history. I think that the band was just fantastic in the 1980s and then perhaps dipped a little bit. And then when I got to Franklin, I really wanted to restore the band to what it had been when I was in high school. It was my aim. And there were a number of people here, the senior class that year, my first year, all had sort of a shared vision of what the band program could be here. And so we went through the first 4 years and we made great strides. We made finals at the Contest of Champions my first year. We moved up, and at the end of our 4th year, we were 2nd place at Contest of Champions, and we were elated. That was a great place to be. It was sort of the end of the beginning. And we knew at that point we needed a new direction. We needed a place to go and a new way to think about what the Franklin Band was going to be. And so we really set our sights on the idea of being competitive in the Bands of America circuit. We wanted to be a Grand National finalist by the year 2021. So we gave ourselves 10 years to make finals at the most prestigious band event in the country. And to do that, we wanted to sort of sculpt a way for us to do things, a way to think, a way to act, a way to behave, a way to make decisions. And so we had recently read a book called Built to Last by Jim Collins, who's the same guy that wrote Good to Great. And in that, he describes successful companies in the United States and what they do. And so we sort of created this thing called a Franklin model that gives us a purpose and some core values, things that we believe in, and a BHAG, which was a big, hairy, audacious goal, and then sort of a description of what things were going to be like when we achieved that. And so we wrote that in the spring of 2011 and began working our way towards that. And our BHAG was to be a Grand National finalist band. So we decided to go to Grand Nationals in the fall of 2011. We probably weren't ready for it, but we decided to go anyway. Fortune favors the bold. And so we went, we did a show called Tango Nuevo. Yeah, there you go. We did a lot of stuff in that show. I hope most of it was legal. And you know, a lot of it worked, and a lot of it honestly didn't. And so we knew at the end of that year that we needed to sort of craft what we were doing, to be more thoughtful about the way we were going to design our shows. And so we brought Tommy on board, because Tommy and Michael were both in the Cavaliers together, and we brought Tommy on to help us with this. He's sort of our band Yoda, in a way, if you want to think of it that way. He's not very tall. He makes snarky comments, and he makes us a lot better. So Tommy's our Yoda. And so we go to Tommy and we say, hey, we want to do this. And he says, no, that's a bad idea. You should do this instead. So we say, okay, Tommy. Because you don't say no to Yoda. And so at that point, we began to design that show we did last year, which was very successful. It was Incantation. And there were some things that went into that.